It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show. Dr. Eve with us in studio, and we're talking mixing business with pleasure. In fact, we're asking you the question, are you currently in business with your partner, planning on going into it? So if you've got a comment or a question, do give us a call. Our number is open, our lines are open. It's 021-430-9881. Now, I believe, do we have a caller on the line, anonymous?
Hello?
Not yet.
Okay, well, we'll try and get that call. So one thing I wanted to ask is what happens when the business starts failing and that adds pressure onto the relationship? How do you handle that, Dr.
Imagine that
Eve?
kind of tension. I mean, already there's possible tension in every single relationship. People work really consciously hard to try and not fail their marriage, which is a business in itself, right? Or their relationship, whatever you want to call it. It's got to bring enormous tension. But then again, I'm thinking, you know, if the business is failing and one of you are in it, you're going to really feel the pressure if you're sharing it with your partner, because oftentimes people don't share it and they just keep it to themselves, and the partner gets to find out later, like when people are coming to remove the furniture, it's like, what just happened? Why didn't anyone tell me the business was in trouble? So maybe if you're working together, you're going to have the advantage, because I'm trying to think of advantages here as well.
Yeah.
You're going to have the shared responsibility around that. You know, you're all going to like pull together and try and rescue this business, but it's going to create enormous tension. If we put it into the context of a relationship, it could really strengthen a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the positives over here as well. It could really strengthen a relationship where two people are very committed to the same purpose, which is keeping the business afloat, because this is your income and because this is what gives you passion and this is what you care about and this is important for your family. But if there is tension and there could be blaming, well, you know, you didn't manage the books well, or you didn't manage the clients well, or you were the one who were responsible for whatever task you didn't do. I mean, you're going to go through different phases of that if you're both responsible for the business. But I would like to think that people are going to be supportive of each other if they strategically go into business together.
Okay.
It can be double strength.
Well, Dr. Eve, we had a phone call from Manana from Polokwane, and she's in business with her partner. They're not married, and she doesn't have any shares in the business. And it seems like they are heading for marriage. How can she protect herself?
You know, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't talk to her. I can just say that from a feminist perspective and from a perspective in terms of relationship equity, please protect yourself. I mean, really make sure, together with whatever kind of contract you get into in terms of a relationship, you're going to make sure that your rights are met in that business.
Yeah. Is it a conversation to be had, Dr. Eve? Let's say you and I were about to head to the altar, and I said to you, listen, babe, I don't...
Not every day you get to call Dr. Eve, babe.
No. I don't own shares in this business, and as much as we are both working towards its success, I'm feeling kind of left out. Is that how you approach a conversation like that?
You've been very apologetic.
Sure.
Do you leave that for the prenup? Do you leave that for the prenup, or...?
No, sorry. I mean, look at Kat, you know, he's listen, baby.
I'm like, if we're sitting in front of a lawyer and you're having that discussion
you know,
now already,
I'm sorry,
just...
like, he's already tense.
Where's my tea? I'll just sip on this.
No, it's got to be like with absolute assertiveness and absolute certainty. This is my right. This is
baby,
my right.
I want half.
Yeah.
I want half.
Yeah,
now.
I like that approach.
That's scary.
And it doesn't matter the gender, if it's a female or a male. It's got to be something that, because you're going to have more commitment to it if you've got shares in it.
Let's quickly take a break. We'll be back again with Dr. Eve, and our lines are open 021-430-9881, talking about mixing business and pleasure, and hopefully it resulting in pleasurable business.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, I know somebody who'd love to enjoy a coffee moment while getting strapped in with Thapelo into a car. Dr. Eve, Thapelo, are you available? Can you take Dr. Eve on a driving course?
Think very cool.
Think about it. Think about it.
Very
Well,
cool.
listen, we're wrapping up our conversation around, you know, doing business with your partner, Dr. Eve, with us. Dr. Eve, before we say goodbye, I want to know, in your opinion, what are some of the key things you need to keep in mind for someone that's planning on going into business with their partner or currently in business with their partner?
Have very distinct roles that you play with each other, because it can be very beneficial if you are aware of what your roles are, and also make sure that there's equity. Make sure that you have skills that are beneficial to the business. Don't just get into business with each other because there's nothing else that you can do with your life. And also be aware that life is, you are organic and things will change. And perhaps you commit yourself in the beginning of a relationship to being in business together, and then find you actually have developed other interests or other passions. How do you get out of that situation then? And then if you are going to be the stay-at-home person, do you still want to have a stake in that business? Even because, and I really believe this, that there are women who are at home but enormously support the potential of their partners to go and create successful businesses. Do they have a right to get something out of that business as well? I think those are things that need to be spoken about, but not when you are being angry, not when you're getting divorced, but before the time. This is my contribution. I'm taking care of the house and of the children so that you can further your career. And so, you know, I think that I benefit and I add value to the business, and I'm giving you brainstorming, I'm giving you my ideas, even if I'm not actually physically there. I think there has to be a real recognition of the add-on value that people, partners, do give to each other. And also that can harm the business, but let's hope more add-on.
Let's connect with Durban. Janine is on the line. Good morning, Janine.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for the call. What would you like to share with us this morning?
It's very interesting what you're speaking about this morning. What I wanted to know, I've been in business with my husband for 4 years. It has affected our home life, and we do have a child, so ultimately it affected him mostly. So I wanted to know about boundaries and what boundaries we should be setting and your opinion on it.
Janine, I'm going to want to know a little more, get clarification. How does it affect your home life? In what way specifically?
Basically, we talk shop the whole time.
So
you talk shop the whole time?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You sound like, what, you're a little bored with that? Or does it bring tension?
It's tension. So it's like you don't switch off. Everyone else leaves work at 5 and they go home, and where our conversations, making food or working with being busy with our child, is still interfered with work topics.
Wow.
Because we do work after hours as well to try and get work done for the next day. So we don't stop talking shop, and that stressed me out to the point where I stopped working at 5, and I just say, listen, I can't talk to you about this now.
Okay, so you are trying to put some boundaries on. It sounds also, because you've been married only 4 years, I'm assuming that your business is quite new. So, yeah?
Sorry, we've been married 7 years, but we've had the business for 4 years.
Okay, so the business is still new, which means that you are really invested in it. That's your prime goal right now, both of you.
Yes.
Okay, but you're also saying you've got a child, and so the child might be coming almost secondary to talking about the child and your relationship, because the business is at the forefront. You know, I mean, this is kind of normal. This is what's going to happen when you start a business together. But I can hear that you're distressed, which is why you've called in, and you're talking about how to put boundaries in. I think you've got to accept that there's going to be a lot of talk because there's anxiety. That's what I hear. Both of you are anxious, so that's why you keep talking about the business together. You've got to find other distractions as well. Distractions is like, let's go out, let's go and get other people, let's kind of mix it up a little so that it isn't just about business. Because the anxiety around it isn't going to bring solutions. It's not going to bring solutions. If you're creative, I really find this in all businesses, if you're creative outside of your business environment, going to shows, going to museums, doing art or export or interacting with other people, that's when fresh ideas are generated. That's when the work gets done as well. So try and bring in things rather than putting an embargo, no, we don't talk about business. He'll be more anxious.
All right. Janine, thank you so much for your call, and also to all of our callers that contributed to our segment. We really do appreciate it. And to you, Dr. Eve, as always, thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye. Till next week.
Bye-bye.